Hey, listen, you were blessed by the intentionality of God. That's what I wanted to say to you today. I thought about Spiritual Emphasis Week. We had a marvelous time last week. It was Monday through Saturday. And the operative word that would always arise in the midst of conversations was intentionality, intent. I believe that Bishop Moore was extremely intentional in presenting us with the wonderful book called Becoming a Welcoming Church. But not only was he intentional in giving the Eastern North Carolina Episcopal District the book to read and to share during the week, but I believe he wanted us to be and would like for us to be intentional about our implementation of what we received from the book. Intentionality. What do we mean when we talk about intentionality or being intentional? It's real simple. We talk about doing things on purpose, not something that just pops off at the last minute or at the spur of the moment, but something that you've had time to consider, something that you had time to put some deep thought and consideration into before you implement and execute. One of the beautiful things about intentionality is I believe that God was extremely intentional in God's creating humanity. But not only that, because we're created in the image of God and in the likeness of God, God also gave us the same thing, that there is the ability for us to be intentional about everything that we do. The problem is we're not always intentional, or many of us are not intentional at all, because we just jump up and do whatever, however we want to do it. Have you considered that in 2025, that you are going to move in a direction that will allow you or enable you to be successful because you are going to be intentional? Let me just tell you this. I'm going to speak that over your life right now in this talk with Tillett. You are going to be intentional in 2025. You have so much that God has in store for you that is already inside of you, and you have the ability to call it or to bring it into existence. God's given you the ability to do that. So many things that you're capable of doing. You're capable of being that doctor, capable of being that lawyer, capable of being that school teacher, capable of being that nurse or that politician, or working for the state, or going into the United States military. There are so many things that God has created and destined us to be. But in order to get there, we have to be extremely intentional. We have to consider, we have to have some forethought. We have to think about it before we jump into it, before we implement it. We have to spend time with God to get there. And so today, my brothers and sisters, I just wanted to talk to you about being intentional. Be intentional about everything you do, not just the big things, but the small things, because it's the small things that help you to be intentional about the large things. I got so much I can say about that, but I only have a few moments to talk to you. So here's the word today: intentionality. You are going to be intentional in 2025, and you are going to experience everything that God has destined for your life. Be intentional. God bless you.